Facebook Live backstage here with Fat Freddy's Drop.
Hello.
From New Zealand. They just finished their set at Harbour Flap in Clockenflap, day 2. Unfortunately, it just started raining just when you guys started. How did it go?
Well, despite the rain, it was great. Great party. Audience, bought it. Couldn't ask for much more, really, for a first show here.
And it was raining really hard, though. Like, how do you get into the reggae mood when it's...
Well, it actually was raining quite a bit before we came on, and then it stopped just as we were about to come on, and I thought, oh, God, we're the Messiahs. It's about to stop, and then it stopped for like 10 minutes and then came back.
Came back twice as hard, actually. Yeah. But it was fine. The good thing is that audiences at festivals like this, they want to come and enjoy the music. They don't really care about the rain. I mean, you're going to change your shoes when you get home or whatever. It's fine, who cares? But buy some new trainers, enjoy the music, so it's fine.
Is it your first time in Hong Kong?
Yes, first time here in Hong Kong, and we've been lucky enough to actually have a couple of days to explore, and we have eaten our weight in dumplings and beautiful food, and it's been it's been really awesome to get a chance to explore before the rain came as well. Yeah.
Where have you been in Hong Kong?
Well, just through all the city, just mostly this side. I haven't made it over to Kowloon side, unfortunately, this trip, but I might try and do that tomorrow. But we did the obligatory tourist mission up to the top of Victoria Peak and had a proper look around, but mostly just exploring the city and checking it out. Yeah.
And what do you think of the city?
I've been loving it. For me, especially, it's been food tourism, really. I've just been, like Slave said, it's just been a dumpling fest, and we love Asian food, we love Chinese food, and so we've kind of enjoyed that side of it, for sure.
And you went with my colleague Jared to a vinyl record shop, is that right?
Yeah, I went to this freaky little shop, a freaky little apartment where met this strange but lovely man who had a huge amount of records. They had to move stacks of records so that I could get in the door. It was certainly an experience I've never experienced before, and but he was a lovely man, and he had some and apparently he's got some warehouse that we didn't even get to see. There
300,000 records, they say. He's got a private stock of 300,000 records.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so I would like to have a look around in there. That would be good. That would be good.
So back to Clockenflap, what do you think of it so far?
I was lucky enough. I came here last night, and I was completely. I had a great time with the P-Funk Parliament, George Clinton, the P-Funk crew. That was really great to see them and get amongst. I really enjoyed that, and it was a pleasure to actually. One thing I love about festivals is a chance to see your artists that you love, or particularly in that case, sort of like idols, So it was, I loved it. It was really cool.
And how does Clockenflap compare to other music festivals that you've performed at?
I mean, we've played a lot of great festivals all over the world, but this is a great setup, and we've just the hospitality and everyone's looked after us really amazing. And I understand this is the first time that the Clockenflap's been on this side of the harbour. Yeah, everybody's going. It's a great site and awesome. Hopefully, when we come back, it won't be raining so much.
It's actually fantastic too to have a festival in the middle of a city, because quite often, the festivals we play are on the fringes or 20 miles out of town or whatever. So it's nice to be downtown. The city's part of the festival experience too. For the crowd, they're looking at the stage, they can see the skyline behind. And for us, we were, when we came on, you could see right across the harbour and up to the hills on the other side, and the clouds sort of coming over the hills. And I was thinking, well, that's pretty unique. That's an unusual experience for us. So yeah, it was fantastic. Right.
So can we talk about Fat Freddy's Drop and the music influences that you have in the music?
The influences are in their multitudes. I mean, you think of a musical style, and it's had some influence on us, whether it's hardcore techno from Detroit to symphonic music out of Europe, or jazz out of America, or house out of the UK. Everything. It's all. I mean, that's the great thing about Freddy's. is that someone's always, you know, championing something, you know, their new record they've discovered, their new artist, their new producer, and we're happy to share it amongst ourselves. You know, we're avid collectors of music of all sorts, and so that reflects itself in what we do, I think. You know, I mean, if you come to a Freddy show, you know, it's really hard. People ask us all the time, you know, categorize your music, but it's almost impossible to do that. You know, Freddy's plays Freddy's music, and Freddy's music draws on all that stuff from every corner of the globe, you know, Afrobeat, jazz, soul, classical music, funk, disco, it's all in there, you know. So
Is it because you just don't want to be categorized?
well, no, it's actually just that we sort of, that's stuff we love, you know. We don't want to be, we're not trying to copy a particular style, you know. We're not, you know, people always said, oh yeah, Freddy's, they're a reggae band, but it was just that we happened to like reggae music and we played some reggae songs, but at the same time we're also playing funk tunes and house tunes, and that was probably the easiest thing to, you know, attach to us as a style. But no, we love all that music, you know. It's really important to us.
Right. So I understand as a reggae band you're supposed to have a drummer and a bass, but you don't have that.
No, well, that's
You said we're not actually a reggae or
that's a very good point. You know, I mean, that in itself highlights how far we are from a traditional reggae band. You know, it started as a DJ sound system, basically. You know, Moo was DJing around Wellington. People would come and lay vocals and instrumental parts over the tracks he was playing, and that was the genesis of the band. You know, and that's continued to this day. You know, we've worked with percussionists and drummers in the process of recording our records, but it's never been part of the live, you know, a really serious part of the live performance. You know, it's always been a little flavour on the side. You know. And that suits us really well, you know. It's something that we've done the whole way through, and it makes us a bit unique too, you know. I guess the sound, yeah.
Yeah, we always sound dope.
Drummers and bass players get drunk. I mean, our rhythm section is tight every time. It sounds the same all the time. And you know, and like Scott said, the genesis for this band. We came out of the clubs, you know. We came out of me doing DJ club sets, and that's kind of where it started. And we've kind of been, you know, when we record albums, most of the albums have all got live drummers and live bass players. I'll bring in our good friends who are bass players and drummers, and I'll record them and loop them, and then I'll use them in the live set. But I think, yeah, we're quite proud that we kind of stick to our guns, really.
Right. And so after Hong Kong, where are you going to go?
We're going to go home, actually. We get Christmas at home this year, which is nice. And then we're off to Australia for a tour around there for the Falls Festival. So we're doing, I think, 5 shows over Christmas, New Year there. Then around New Zealand for a couple of big shows, and then start looking at Europe again in the middle of next year. So, I mean, it all just kind of keeps rolling on, you know, and the dates start going in the calendar, and I mean it's exciting though, because you've always got something to look forward to, you know. And in between that, we're gonna hopefully get in the studio and write some new music and start recording some new songs. So, yeah, I mean it's always busy. That's the thing, you know. Downtime is never really downtime.
I was just going to ask you if you had downtime.
Well, yeah, we get downtime, but downtime is normally 2 or 3 or 4 weeks or whatever, and then everyone starts getting itchy fingers and they want to get back in the studio. So, or we're back on the road and doing a show. So, no, we keep busy. We've got to keep busy, so it's good.
Great. Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
It's been great talking to you guys.
Thank you.
Have fun in Hong Kong.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.